Hello everyone, Priscuda here, and welcome back to Pokemon Sun, the Ghost Monotype Challenge. Last time, we got our butt handed to us by Guzma. He's scary, yo. And now, with my team fully healed, which I hope I have done. Yep, I have. Okay. We need to head into the Thrifty Mega Mart. I completely forgot about where this place was until recently. Hello. Okay, well thank you. I can't really do much. Anyway, we're here to talk to this guy specifically. But I can tell you, just by looking at you, you're a pretty decent trainer. Sure, I'm part-time working now, pounding away at the cashier with a smile on my face, but I once was a trainer traveling around on the island challenge too. I even made a fair name for myself. Katara the Eevee user, that was me. But then I got a wife, had a kid, now I face a new trial called a mortgage. Depressing. Never can prepare for the most grandchild of all, old age and retirement. But never mind all that. Look, there's something I'd like to ask an able young trainer to do for me. Back in my heyday, there were these 8 older trainers I was always trying to beat. They all used Pokemon that evolved from Eevee. How would you feel about taking them on? If you say that Katara sent you, I'm sure they'll agree to a battle. If you can beat them all for me, I'll have something to give you. It'll be worth it. So just ask me if you want to know more about any of them. So he'll give you a guide. I have a guide myself here, but I'm gonna head out. It's just, discounting the coupon I just got. But we need to head towards various locations, so I will probably be making many cuts and jumps around. But our first stop on that I have on my list here is nowhere over here. But we need to go back to Skull on Melee Island. So the Pokemon we're looking for here at the school on Melee is wait, is it you? No, it's supposed to be somebody who is... Okay, so it's somebody that's just up here on the 3rd floor. Basically a place that's always barred off. But if we talk to this person... Hello. What do you want from a real clean lady? Are you a Vaporeon user? I suppose I am. So basically these are all key fights that we're going to tackle. But we're on the quest to make evolutions happen today. Now, like I said, well, for those of you that haven't known or haven't been keeping up, Eevee has 8 evolutions in total. Am I counting? Yeah, I'm counting right. The 8 evolutions are, as you see here, Vaporeon, which Hulu is going to decimate right now. Vaporeon, a special defense and tank. Special defense and special attacking water type Pokemon. And each type of evolution has its own strengths and weaknesses. But I'm letting you read the text, but every Pokemon or every evolution, like I said, has a strength and a weakness. So therefore, so despite its typing, you can always sniff out what it'll be best at. I have a favorite in this bunch, like everybody does, because that's kind of a thing nowadays. Anyway, before I carry on, let me go find Hia City, wherever the heck it is. Oh, here. So I'll meet you... Well, actually, I'll talk more about this while we head there. But we're heading to the Tidesong Hotel. And also, I need to change out which Pokemon I'm using. But each evolution has 2 good stats, 3 mediocre stats, and 1 bad stat. Evolutions a lot of times do find their ways onto competitive teams in some magnitude. Also, we're gonna let Shyla try and handle this one. If Sheila can't, then Sandy will. So Vaporeon, well, yeah, it's always set up like that. So each evolution has a 2 pluses, 3 mehs and a bad. The one we're going to talk to now is unfortunately regarded as one of the worst evolutions. Are you a Flareon user? Okay. So, Flareon, unfortunately, is usually regarded as the worst evolution. Its bad stat is speed. Its good stat, or stats, I believe are HP and attack. Or its attack and defense. Meaning, Flareon, unfortunately, does not do too well out in the world. I hate to say it, but Flareon, though it has a fan club, its fan club... I want to like Flareon. I do. Okay. Well, you cannot use Lava Plume. Here, have a bone. But there is a moveset for Flareon you can do, and it kind of works. Very loosely, I say kind of works. Also, I probably should have done this for the Guzma stuff, I realize. Iron Tail, Flare Blitz, and a couple other physical moves, and I think either Hone Claws or Swords Dance are part of its repertoire to try and make it viable. But Fire has many weaknesses, and yeah, there's a lot. Unfortunately, there's not a lot Flareon can do. I hate to say it. Like I said, I too strive to find the best and the worst in a Pokemon. So we're gonna go into Ula Ula, but I want to talk on that point now a little bit. Molly, here, okay. So we're kind of just bouncing around. I'm just following a list here because I've never done this actually, so this will be fun. But I try and find the best. I try and do my best to find usefulnesses in Pokemon that are a little under subpar or not that good at use in competitive play. Community Center. This is probably it. Nope, that's a Malasada shop. This looks like a battle buffet restaurant. But, just for example, also we'll make a pit stop while we're here and see if I can't act on something. I can't read that. Oh, it's a barber shop, that's why. Clothing shop. Can't go there, so this has to be the community center. That I cannot go into, so this is the community center. Library. One of these doors has to be... There we go. So, there's a Pokemon. Also... This one. The Pokemon Aggron. Unfortunately, in competitive play, it doesn't see a lot of use, even though it has a Mega Evolution, which gives it a pure Steel typing, and reduces any damage super effective moves do to it by 25%, I believe. Even so, it's not used, but I myself have found a way to use it somewhat reliably back in the 6th generation. Also, this person's a Jolteon user. I'll continue my story in just a moment. From that point of using Aggron properly. Jolteon. This is a fan favorite of 1st gen players. Jolteon has high special attack, or high physical attack, I'm not sure which one of the two. High speed as its stats, low HP. And I totally forgot to switch out my Pokemon, so... Oops. I'm just going to go for the Flare Blitz. And you're going to go for the Thunder Wave. Fantastic. But yeah, Jolteon is regarded as a very high-speed Pokemon that kind of gets to do whatever it wants for the most part, but its move pool is a little staggering. Especially Gen 1 folks will remember how not good Jolteon's move pool is. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Lady. That's mean. I understand you're old, but I'm also at a loss of words on what I can do a lot of time. Aha! Fine. Alright, fine. You want to play dirty? Fine. I was going to just deal with my problems, but no. I'm now playing dirty. I am bringing out Sandy. Unless you are packing Energy Ball, I've got this in the bag. Yeah, your last resort. Nice Papa Roach song. Let's go. Andrew. But yes, Jolteon. Its move pool kind of sucks. It did get better moves as the generations went on. Like you saw Discharge there. It always had Thunder Wave. But like, its moves were like Double Kick and Pin Missile back in Generation 1. It had a bad move pool. Got better as time went on. Anyway, I'm going to go heal up now. Now that I'm down at the community center. But in using Aggron, I think I've told this story before. Mainly in 6th generation because that's topical. I found a way to use Aggron via Pokemon Showdown where Aggron with an Assault Vest can live up to at least one attack, and then having the ability Heavy Metal as its ability, can use the move Heavy Slam and, if not knock out, come incredibly close to knocking out whatever opponent's up against. Good friend of mine, Sylveon, that I used to run this against because he learned the competitive battling scene and wanted to try moves out against me. I don't follow the meta. I like doing what I like. Basically, when it was popular, Mega Kangaskhan with Power Up Punch, the Aggron would live on like 10 HP, and 99% of the time would leave that same Mega Kangaskhan at 2 HP by the time it got its move in. Anyway, so now I know exactly where we're going finally. So we're going up a mountain. Oh, I may have to cut. Or no, I won't, because it's right here. So yes, this is also, but yes, like with Flareon, Aggron, any Pokemon, if you like a Pokemon enough, if you work hard enough at it, you can probably find some way to make it useful. Even competitive battling scene famous Pachirisu has found its way to become a very useful component to the game. Anyway, so we need to talk to Janitor Man. Janitor Man, cleans up the floor like nobody can. Oh, I healed, but I didn't lead off with a better Pokemon for this. Or, no, actually, I did just fine. Kind of. So he's going to lead off with fan favorite and pretty much a good powerhouse, Espeon. Espeon, pure Psychic type Pokemon. Has good special attack. I believe good speed. Meh HP. I'll let you figure out the rest from there. Hey, I got a bone to pick with you. I'm sorry. Well, that's interesting. Why would you give me your special attack stat? Because that's a bad idea. Anyway. I think he may have actually powered up Sheila for that hit too. Espeon has seen a lot of use, mainly as an offensive powerhouse. Anyway. But now with that done, we're going to head back to Melee Island, and I'm sorry if I'm kind of jumping here and there, but I'm reiterating, this is my first time doing this. I barely know what I'm doing, but at least I know where I'm going. But we're heading up to the cemetery this time. Now then, oddly enough, Shellup is probably the best use for what we got coming up here. Shellup covering a lot of my evolution killing, apparently. Anyway, the next Pokemon. This particular evolution is my favorite evolution. Oh, this guy. You're an Umbreon. He uses an Umbreon. Umbreon's best stats. Now, I could be wrong on this, but even though it's my favorite evolution, Umbreon's best stats. Good defense, good special defense. Bad speed. Umbreon, for a while, was the prime candidate of what to do with a tank Pokemon. It had its move pool was basically Curse, Toxic, Shadow Ball, and I think Payback. I think that's what it was. Primary move pool was. You took my defense stat. I think you might have a better def. Oh. Well, I have to fight my own defense stat. What are you doing? Sir, are you okay? Whatever, here, have this one. I'm just going to keep on chopping rocks over here. You let me know when you're ready to fight. Oh. Well. If this isn't incredibly awkward, I don't know what is. I might have put Kali out here, oddly enough. Yeah, I'm putting Kali out. Not going to play these games with Moonlight. Thankfully, I don't think anybody on these islands will ever use the best suited strategy, we'll say, for every Pokemon. We'll use their best moveset. All right, I have a better special defense stat. Hey, hold this. That's really all you're gonna do, huh? Well, far be it for me to deny you what you love doing, but I'm going to deny you what I don't love doing. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save Kali the trouble now. I'm going to go to my Pokemon. Bringing Shellup back out, and I'm just going to start chopping bricks on your head again until the Toxic eventually kills you, because, yeah. Hey! We've switched a lot of defense stats today. Give me this. Is this really all you have to do? You're just gonna keep up, like, have Curse. Have something. Whatever. You can keep on using Moonlight now, and you'll eventually just faint from overexposure to poison, or you realize your own demise and are going to end it now. That was incredibly stupid. But anyway, yeah. So like I said, that is my favorite evolution, Umbreon. Let's not start a flame war. Everybody likes what they likes for whatever reason. Anyway, so next up, we have to. Oh wow, we have to go back home effectively. I wish all of this was laid out a little better, but we're actually heading right up to Iki Town. I have to heal, so I'll actually just meet you in the center of Iki Town, and then we'll move from there. So here in Iki Town, we're actually heading over to this house right over here. There should be one of these old ladies in here. You're a Glaceon user, yes? Alright. So Glaceon. As far as I know, Glaceon shares a lot of its strengths. I'm trying to think here. No. I think Glaceon shares a lot of its strengths with Vaporeon, in that special attack and special defense. Maybe it's special attack and HP. I'm not 100%. People who are more on this can let me know. Glaceon, I don't think has seen too much in terms of competitive play. Wow, it is, yeah, bad stat slow. Bad stat is speed, because I just outsped it. But, yeah, Glaceon hasn't seen a lot of competitive use because just unfortunate. Unfortunately, it hasn't seen much competitive use. It's a good Pokemon. Just, no, you will not learn Retaliate. Retaliate's a move that has 70 power. If a Pokemon, if it comes out after one of your Pokemon, if it uses the move after a friend has fallen in battle, it'll double its power. It's a normal type move. I don't like this move very much. It's still a move to use. Anyway, so after this, I'm not reading the story. I'm blitzing through this really quick. So now we have to. So after this, we have to head up to. We have to head to Hano Beach, which the best way to get there is to the resort, to find one of the last two users. Now, oddly enough, the list I'm using to help me with this, like I said, I personally have never done this stuff, so I'm a little in the dark. But the person who has made this guide has listed all the Pokemon in question in order. From their generation conceived up into their, what is it? From the generation conceived up into their, then followed by their Pokedex. Now, hello? Wait, what? Wait, okay, that's an odd thing, because this is, sorry, I don't mean to subjugate things, but this is normally a sprite like left for younger people, and it's implied that this person is very old. I guess some older people still look incredibly young well into their life. Anyway, Leafeon. This one I know better because this is my second favorite. Leafeon's best stats are HP and physical attack. Its worst stat, I believe, is its special attack stat. Leafeon, I mentioned this earlier, but Leafeon and Sceptile were for the longest time, were the only two users of Leaf Blade. And then Leaf Blade slowly got handed out to more Pokemon as time went on. I'm not bowling Leafeons here. Leafeon has seen some use because it can learn swords. It can learn Sword Stance, but it's mainly been seen offensive use. But Leafeon has been out there, and there's but one trainer left, and unfortunately, we have to go all the way. We have to go all the way out here. I went past it. We have to go talk to somebody here in Seafolk Village to find him. So, the newest addition to the evolution family as of last generation with the fairy typing Sylveon. Now, this one, though I have used it and I should know. Wait, where am I going? Northeast house. This one? No. Sorry, there is... I'm looking for a very specific person out here. Somebody doesn't fit the bill anymore. This one. And you're a Sylveon user. Okay, so here we are, carrying the legacy. Okay, let's do it. I haven't switched out my Pokemon, I just realized, but Sylveon, special attack and a special defense, I believe, is its best stats, or special attack and HP, one of those two. Like I said, I used it in my Fairy Monotype and in Y version, so I feel terrible for not knowing this. But Sylveon has become a fan favorite of sorts. It used moon. I believe physical attack. I believe physical attack is Sylveon's weak point. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and just spot heal up here because I'd rather not lose a Pokemon, and I'm too invested in Sheila's growth to switch out for Hulo for the Steel Wing. You can't, kiddo, you can't use Last Resort. Because I never talked about what Last Resort is basically, well, it's a last resort. The move does a scary, I believe, 130 power, 100% accurate, but the move can only be used if all other uses of other moves have been expended. So, with this in mind, this person's just bad. I'm sorry, I don't mean to pick on a child. Okay, so with that all done, we now have to head back over to the Thrifty Mega Mart for one last challenge and to get an item, and for me to talk very extensive about this item because I have developed a strategy with this item, and I did not know this is how you got this item initially. Oop, we were there. So we were heading back to the Thrifty Mega Mart. And we have to go back talk to Kagatora again. Now Kagatora, oddly enough, has the highest level Pokemon out of all these Eevee users. So I'm gonna go in there with Shyla at the lead, and I'm gonna go punch him. How many of these do I get? Do I just get one for existing right now? Anyway, hello, I'm back. I beat them all? Yes. I have one last favor to ask you. Would you let me have a battle? Of course. So Kagatora is that one person you know who will never let go of something and will stick by the prowess of that. It being an Eevee exclusive trainer. Now Eevee can have some uses. It can be used, and with what we're going to get here, it can be used quite effectively. First thing I'll mention for my grand plan is give it Eviolite. Give it the Eviolite to hold, so that way you will double its physical and special defense stats. Now, through egg training and all that stuff, which is breeding and how you transfer moves while breeding and all that stuff, well, first of all, your reward is the Eeveeum Z. This is an Eevee exclusive Z crystal. So what Eeveeum Z does is it is on a certain move for Eevee, I forget which one it is, it will proc Extreme Evo Boost. Extreme Evo Boost is a completely buffing move for Eevee, but it will boost all of Eevee's stats by 2 stages. Attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and evasion. Not its HP though, so maybe you put Eevees into its HP. Or effort values, I should say. Through egg moves, Eevee can learn the move Stored Power. Stored Power, I can put up the actual wording for this on screen if it's wrong, but Stored Power is a 20, I believe it's a 20 power psychic move, which its damage is multiplied by the number of stages of buff that Pokemon has received. So this usually being used on like I forget what the psychic flying Pokemon was from Gen 5. I forget its name, but it was a main user of it. But Stored Power, just run this through with me. So each stat of the Eevee has been increased twice. So effectively 10. Stored Power would be 20 times 10. Stored Power doing 200 base damage at that point with Extreme Evo Boost. It's a strategy. If it hasn't been done, somebody out there watching this, run it, or I'll find out a way to run it myself, because I would love to try that. Anyway, that will do it for this Eevee-filled episode of Pokemon Sun, the Ghost Monotype Challenge. We still have much more of post-game to go through. But I think a lot of our post-game efforts are now going to come down to just gathering up some specific items and gathering specific things throughout the Pokemon world. But anyway, you folks have a great rest of your day, and take care.